Now I'll move on to the next point, which is the main navigation. Main navigation is the navigation that feeds the users into your website. Now that navigation also has to be really clear. They have to see it, because if at all you enter a supermarket and you can't see where these different sections are, the winery, the shop for the kids items, the bakery. If at all these signs weren't there, immediately as you enter the supermarket, then you will get lost. Trust me, you will find yourself there saying where the furniture is, yet you came to buy bread. Now that's the same principle on the web. Now, once you land onto any website that appreciates these conversions and has used these elements and principles of design clearly, you'll find out that once you land on their website, the first thing you will see is this main navigation right here that tells you all about this website. And you'll find out that in most cases, this navigation is actually sticky. On most websites, they actually leave it. It's always sticky. I think you can see how Apple has done it. It's always at the top. It will never leave the top, because they know that you will sometimes get lost while navigating their website. So it's always there, and you'll find out that it is really crucial for users that haven't visited your website before, because as they land on your website, then they will get a clear overview of where to go, what to click on, and what to consume. Now, sometimes while we're designing, we think that people will always use these things the way we want them to. No, there are rules, there are principles, there are standards. If you break them, you will hurt your users. And sometimes you do this thing sometimes you do these things unknowingly, and we actually break the rules unintentionally because of certain forces, but we shouldn't let those forces get in our way. We should truly understand these conversions and always explain them to these different teams that we work with, the engineers, the CEO, the sales people, because some people do not perceive these principles as really crucial. But as I'm going to show you, they have helped brands stand on the web for quite a long time, and they have increased or improved usability on all these three sites that, to me, they are my best inspiration. If at all I lose inspiration, or I run out of ideas here and there, then I'll have to run to these three websites. They will never disappoint you, as I'm going to show you. Now, moving on, content hierarchy. Content hierarchy is the third point. Content hierarchy is really crucial, and I think Apple actually brings out that quite well. You'll find out that its latest product is the iPhone 14, and once you land on their website, that's the first thing you will see. Content hierarchy. What are you presenting first? People don't have time. I was telling this to the kinetic team, and they were like, what? But I told them that even if we are building this product for students, they do not have time to. We have to put it in mind that they have other things to do. So every user is that way. We all don't have time. Even everyone on this call doesn't have time. This call is just for 1 hour. We don't have time. When you land on a website, make sure that you give the users what they want. That's what they call content hierarchy. Once I'm on Pinterest, all I want are photos. And once I search for anything right here, for example, let me search for food recipes. So there's a way these guys have really organized their website to give you what you want. There isn't any sort of like wasting time in terms of what these sites provide with the user or the client. So you'll find out that they really organize their content quite well, even if after you've So even if before you've actually entered any type of search, you find out that they've organized their categories in such a nice way, depending on what they think their users are in need of. Now that is what drives the content of your designs, and that actually drives how your designs will look like. You'll find out that on this Apple website, this sort of like area for the iPhone 14 covers up the entire width of this website, because they know it's what they are providing and it has to be on top of every content. It's their top product as of now. And you find out that they do have other products, but those products are just they are just like any other products, and they do have to be down right here with any other content that they are providing. You'll find out that I think Google does the same thing on this website for its products. This is also a very powerful website that I actually came across very recently. I didn't know Google is it has an about page that really looks like this, with its products displayed this way. So you'll find out that Google has built this website in a manner that provides users with the information they really want a lot, and that is what they have done. So to me, I think content hierarchy is really crucial, and it filters down to all the sections of your website, because all the sections of the website are equally important. That is actually a discussion of like maybe some other time. But as of now, you have to understand that all sections of your website are equally important, and you have to understand what content hierarchy is and how to present your information. Because if at all you give any chance to other forces to make you determine the decisions you have to make that break these rules, then you'll find out that you'll have issues with the way you present your designs eventually, and your users won't take them in the way they are supposed to. So next up, the next point I want to take you through is using a grid. Now, in the olden times when the web was invented, they were using tables for all types of alignments, because the table is like the de facto of alignment. If you ever find yourself in any issue of I don't know which alignment to use, I don't know what, look at the table. It has got countless ways of alignment. To me, I think that is where the grid came in from. There is what they call a flex in web design too. So you can either use the grid or the flex, but the grid is the modern. I call it the modern table, because it replicates what a table is, and it was designed off of inspiration from such structures. For example, you'll find out that shelves are designed in form of tables. All shelves, all cupboards, all sideboards. It's a concept of a table. As a designer, borrow inspiration from the outside world and relate to these physical things you always interact with. The fridge is a table. It's just a concept of a table, because you have to fix things there. That's the same thing that happens on the web, because these forms have to be organized in form of a table to replicate proper alignment. Because design is not about gambling, and it's not art. There's a very clear-cut line. That is why you'll find out that in art pieces, there are lines that are squiggish, that are moving in all ways without any explanation or reason as to why. So that is actually something that has to do with the design principles. design has got principles. Design is a science. It's not like art where you throw paint on a canvas and then you can come up with a very nice painting, that replicates something that you can't really explain, because art is about expressing feelings. Design is about solving problems. There has to be precision. You have to intend whatever you do. Everything that you add on the website has to count, has to have a reason. If there's nothing you can add, leave it white. No one is going to come for you and kill you. Nothing will happen to you. That is what they call design. At its core, it's about solving problems in a creative way. So that is about that is something that has to do with the elements and principles. I'll take you through this in like 5 minutes, then we shall go into the discussion. So the next point is using the grid. I did take you through this Apple website where they've used the grid very well. I did to inspect it. Yes, Apple uses the grid. This right here, these four. Let me first see. I think let me zoom out. Yeah. Yes, this actually gives a very good overview of what I'm trying to actually explain. Now, the person who actually designed this homepage or landing page didn't actually waste any time. He just figured out what a grid is. A grid is just like a table. I think I didn't actually explain this very well. People might get confused. It's just a framework of space bars that are parallel to or cross each other. Now, a grid just looks like this at its core. It was just inspired from tables, just like I've told you. But Apple actually uses it and to inspect this so that you can see that its display element is display grid. Yes, let's look for a container. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. So this is a container that has these images right here. This iPhone Pro, the iPad Pro, these watches and all of that. This is a container. Now this container has got a property of display grid. It's right here. At its core, it's a grid, and I'm quite sure that all tables that Google uses all these displays, all these are grids, and almost all of these designs of the calendars, everything at its core is a grid. Because with a grid, there is quite a lot that you can do. You can move around forms and other elements of design to make sure that you have, to make sure that you communicate with precision and you have order in what you're trying to put forward. So there has to be order, has to be clean. Yes. So moving forward, and the other point is guide styling. Yes, I picked this up from our old kinetic sort of like design styling, but design styling is having a very good, well thought out design system that whatever you design depends on. It's like the mother of your designs. It knows whatever you're designing because it has all these parts that you need to design. A very good example, you can have a section of typography. Brandon took us through typography last time, but typography is just a very small section of what styling entails. Styling entails everything that you have to do to present your work in an ordered sort of like way, in order to make sure that your users can actually perceive and take in whatever you're trying to communicate. An example is Google. To me, Google has really brought this out by using its latest version of design system, the Material UI design sort of like system. Sorry, that's like Material UI. So Google's design system to me is very, very, very good and intuitive. It's sort of like a way for you to come up with all designs in a harmonious way. Yes, of course, Google has got the branding behind this design system, and other people have actually build projects off of this design system. Now, this is what actually shows you how powerful a design system can be. So, Google has actually, achieved this. It has built a design system that other projects can thrive off of. For example, this material UI that we are currently using in a couple of projects. For example, Elevate HR. But this right here is built off of this design system. And they do have another one, Android material UI. I think this is like the one for the Android. So they have a variety. So that is all. But to me, Google is just a point of reflection because it has got quite, a number of, like it has got quite a lot of experience, and it has spent a number of years in the industry. So to me, it's a very good point of reflection, and so many companies have thrived off of respecting and learning these design systems. Apple also has a design system, but it's not widely used as compared to the one of Google.